What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank, and this is another episode of Roadie Reactions.
Get with this.
In today's reaction video, I'm going to be checking out some more Nightwish that I haven't heard yet, and I am super excited. I hope that you are too, and I hope that this shows a lot of people that thought that I was done with Nightwish reactions, that just because my Nightwish Wednesday series is over with, it doesn't mean I'm not doing any more Nightwish reactions, because there's going to be a lot more to come, because if you haven't been following, I love this band, and I want to share my journey discovering their music with you guys. So the song that I'm going to do today has actually been very highly requested since my journey early on, months and months ago. People were telling me to check out this song, and I finally got to a point where I was just like, yeah, let's check it out. We haven't heard it yet. But there were two different versions that were so requested that I kind of didn't know which one to do, so I'm just going to do both of them. So first, we're going to be checking out the live performance that's more recent from Buenos Aires. Then we're going to be going to check out the one from End of an Era. So let's get started. I will link these original videos in the description below. And today, I'm listening to Nightwish, and for the very first time, hearing Slaying the Dreamer live in Buenos Aires. Let's go. All right, before we get into this part, I'm kind of thrown off. The sound of this sounds older. It has a very classic metal feel to it. And right away, even with some of the keyboard parts and some of the keyboard tones, this sounds like a really old Nightwish song. But on the video wall with all the flames, it looks like it's making that pendulum logo from Dark Passion Play. But just from my guess, from the sound of it, this sounds way older than Dark Passion Play. I don't know. I'll look it up. But so far, I like the sound, man. It does. It has a very kind of classic old school metal feel to it, and I dig it. Let's continue. We're gonna get an Empu solo. Before that, so going back on what I was just saying, like there's some tonal stuff I'm hearing that's really cool. For some reason, that one riff kind of like very reminiscent of Symphony of Destruction for me. It's probably just because it's, you know, low notes and palm muting and stuff, but there are some chords and some tonal stuff that's reminding me of some old school Van Halen pulls as well. It's really cool, man, and everything sounds really good. And live production wise, this seems like one of those songs where they're kind of taking a break from the over-the-top special effects, the pyro, the cryo, all that stuff, and they're focusing it more on the video wall content for this, for sure. And that video wall looks incredible. And I've talked in other videos or my videos, the setups of those video walls take a while, man. They're actually panels. They're usually about that big, and maybe a little bigger, but they have to bring the trussing down. Sorry, I was having a brain fart there. They have to bring the video wall truss down, and they have to start one row at a time and just put the panels up and attach them, and then raise it, and then attach more panels, and then raise it again until they have the full video wall done. And then all of that has to be plugged in and then calibrated by the video tech. It's a lot of work, man, and it looks really good. The content looks incredible. The lighting looks very good for what's going on with the video wall. And like I said, since the focus is on that video wall, they're not doing anything too crazy with the lights. I'm digging this so far, man. Let's hear this solo and hear some more. I mean, we're only 2 minutes into the song and it seems like we're getting a guitar solo already. So let's hear it. Oh, great pinch harmonic work. Damn. Oh. All right, really quick. Dude, that like turned into a ripper out of nowhere. I caught Tomas kind of punching his keyboard there as he's playing. And I think if I remember right, I heard some people saying this was another like personal song for Tomas. Go figure, all of these really are. But yeah, usually when you see stuff like that, there's some powerful motion going on behind there. So I'm gonna read through these lyrics when I'm done with this. I did take a peek at them beforehand, but I want to go through them in the video. Man, sound-wise, this is great, and I'm not gonna break down a ton of gear because it's the same stuff that we've seen in a lot of other Nightwish videos. They're very known for staying true to the endorsements that they have and using the same kind of gear. Tomas, as always, using Korg everything. Marco is playing a Warwick Vampire, which we've seen him with a lot. And one of the things I've never really talked about with Marco is his ability to play bass and sing at the same time. And sometimes, well, let's put it this way. Singing and playing at the same time is never easy. There are some times with bass players where if you're just playing root notes of stuff and moving up and down on quarter notes, it's easy to do vocals over that while you're playing. Marco does some pretty intricate bass playing while he is singing. What he is doing is actually a super high level of technical playing and singing at the same time. I've been watching a lot of Nightwish live videos lately, and the more and more I watch Marco's bass playing, the more I realize he isn't just a solid bass player. He's incredible. He's a really good bass player. But the fact that he can sing all these melodies on top of what he's doing, it's kind of mind-blowing. You know, I used to sing when I was in my band, and it was difficult, and I was playing pretty standard stuff. And then, see, Kai, same thing. He's still using the Pearl kit with the Meinl cymbals, Pearl hardware. Don't see Troy on stage. Floor, just being Floor. And then Empu, ooh, I haven't said this in a while. Empu, as always, ESP, EV1, custom guitar. Anything always sounds great, man. So let's just finish this video off. There's not terribly much different gear than I've ever seen. And then we'll go to the next one. All right. Muchas gracias. Yes, I know that means thank you very much. I took Spanish in high school. Let's go watch the other one. Really quick, now I realize how kind of dumb it sounded when I said I was guessing this was an old song, when I already knew that there was an End of an Era version of this. So this is definitely pre-End of an Era. Probably Once or Century Child, I would guess. Let's hear it. Oh! Headbanging Tarja! I haven't really seen that a lot yet. So right away, all these like flame effects that are going on in the video, I'm gonna say 100% for sure that is not a part of this actual DVD, considering that the only version of this I found was not from an official Nightwish channel. I'm assuming whoever uploaded this video added the flame effects to try and beat getting their video blocked. So if anybody's wondering why these flames are all over the screen, ooh, I haven't had a voice crack in a while. If anybody's wondering why these flames are all over the screen, somebody probably added those in there, so thinking that their video might have been blocked and they're trying to alter the video. So far I dig it, man. I really do. And you know me, I don't like to compare all the different vocalists and how they sound, because both versions of this just sound awesome. Really does. Let's continue.
Swan song, what a wish of night, night turns, the name
before Empu's solo again, we've got some pyro in this one in the back. They were really quick bursts. I really couldn't tell exactly what they were doing. They kind of just looked like standard fireflies or dragonflies, which are just gas-based flame heads that are placed on the stage. The more and more I learn about the history of Nightwish and the history of Tarja with Nightwish and what happened, every time I see an end of an era performance, it like strikes me more and more like, holy shit, this is the last time she ever performed with them, and the rest of the band knew it, and they're still performing at 100%. And every now and then in some of these performances, I see somebody in the band like glance over at Tarja. I've seen it a couple times from Marco in this one. And I always wonder if I'm overthinking it and it's too much coincidence, or if they're thinking about it while they're playing and they know and they're just shooting her glances. But this sounds great, man. We'll talk about some gear because there's a little bit different gear here in a little bit. But let's hear this solo and then go right back into this heavy ass part again. That was like a squeal worthy of dime bag right there. So I noticed in that part they had some cryojets going off. We've talked a lot about that before. And cryojets are CO2. That's all that is. There are siphoned CO2 tanks on the side of the stage that run to hoses to jets on stage. And that big pillar of smoke effect you're seeing, that's what that is. It's interesting because CO2 jets look best when there's a high amount of humidity. And you can actually tell visually whether it's humid or not based on how they look, how full they are, how tall they are. And just by looking at those jets, I'd have to say it's probably pretty cool and pretty not humid in that arena because they don't really look full. They look a little thin. And that's nobody's fault except for the atmosphere of the arena. Man, this is one of those songs where I bet the band members can't wait till they get to the second half of this song just so they can just rock the out. I know if I was playing this live, I'd be the first 2 minutes of the song, I'd be like, it's like, all right, let's get through this and get to the heavy part. But a lot of the same instruments as we've, mentioned a million times. Thomas still always using Korg in everything we see him in. Marco's using the Warwick Infinity, which he uses a lot on this DVD. I know he didn't start using that Vampire until later on. And it's still got a great punch and a drive to it. I would have to guess on most of their albums that he's recorded, if he's using Warwick, he's probably using that Infinity on a lot of stuff. Maybe the Vampire if he wants a little more drive. Great seeing Yuka back on the drums, man. I love his energy. I love watching him play. Exclusive artist of Tama drums and Paiste cymbals. And for those of you that aren't familiar, I'm sure most of you are, he left the band and was replaced by his friend Kai. Nothing bad. He was having severe health issues. He had to step down, but he remains working with Nightwish. He works on a lot of their day-to-day management stuff. And literally nothing has changed with Empu. He's still playing the ESP EV1. And, you know, we've talked about the different models of the EV1 that he's had. There is the purple one that he's always playing that you see him with. He's got the white one that he's used a bunch. And recently a couple people asked me, do you think they'll ever make an EV2 or EV3? They actually already have. The EV2 is what they call the Harlequin girl guitar, which looks like that one, but it's got the girl on the body of the guitar. And then the EV3 is that guitar with the Imaginarum album cover on the front of that, which I think I've only seen that once. I think that was in the Scaretale video that I watched. But let's finish this off, man. Yeah, whoever uploaded this video definitely put those flames on there to try and beat this getting blocked. Damn. Oh man, that was great. Real quick, speaking of those tricks to try and make sure your videos doesn't get blocked, that shit doesn't always work. That's why I don't do it. If a video is going to get blocked, it's going to get blocked. I'd rather not try and beat the system. But kudos to whoever did this because I could watch it. So let's go talk more about it. Probably in terms of riffs and like emotion and anger behind the music, that's probably one of the, you know, heavier songs I've heard from Nightwish, which last week I listened to Master Passion Greed, and that's at a whole different level than this one, but that was really fun, man. I liked the different dynamic of the song, where the first half of the song, they actually had it set up differently. And then the second half of the song, they just went balls to the wall, super heavy. I really liked that change of the dynamic. Even though the overall song has a heavy feel, they definitely turn it up a notch in the second half. This probably wasn't one of the more memorable Nightwish songs I've heard in terms of like catchiness of the chorus and stuff like that. There's a bunch of other songs that immediately after hearing it, I knew I was going to have it stuck in my head all day. With this song, it's going to be more little parts and riffs that I think are going to be stuck in my head rather than a chorus or something like that. But who knows, man? I've listened to a lot of these songs while editing and then the next day in my car and stuff like that, where I've totally been like, you know, kind of in the middle about a song and then absolutely loved them after listening to them again. And I don't dislike this song by any means. It just isn't sticking in my brain like a lot of other Nightwish songs have. So, but I totally dug it, man. I'm glad I finally did this. And like I said, we're going to keep doing Nightwish reactions. So if there's anything you would like to see me check out, drop it in the comments below, because I'm still going to keep continuing this adventure and I'm going to document it on here so you guys can go along on the journey with me. So thank you guys for watching, and if you're new here, feel free to click subscribe. I release new videos all the time, and if you turn your alerts on, YouTube might let you know when I release new videos. If you liked this video, I would greatly appreciate the like, but if you disliked it, not a big deal, man. Thank you so much for watching this time. You are free to click dislike and move on. I'm also on a ton of different social media. I have a Discord server that I hang out on. I stream on Twitch from time to time. I also hang out on the Night Dreamers Reacticide Discord server, which is a Discord for all the Nightwish army and the Nightwish fans from all over the world to hang out. I'll put all the links for that stuff in the description below if you have any interest. My handle on everything social media related is @TankTheTech. Thank you so much once again for watching, and I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.